PrideStyle has prided itself on providing a platform for some of the best women's wrestlers in America, and 2 of them will compete for a shot at the New Wave Championship. I'm Ethan Lawmaster, accompanied by Dino Marks, calling the action here at PrideStyle Pro Bittersweet.
Oh yes, the women on the PrideStyle roster, we have an incredible collection of combatants here, and one rocketing right to the top of the charts and the top of your heart.
She's nice. She's that really nice. She even missed her manicure appointment to be here. She's just a girl. She is Nia.
I couldn't have said it better myself. 𝗧𝗪𝗏 𝗠𝗬𝗏 coming to the ring right now tonight.
Want to talk underdogs? Here at PrideStyle Pro, Nia is taking on all challengers, tall or small, and has the most momentum she's ever had here at PrideStyle, and she's going to need it as she wants to step up to the New Wave champion, 𝗧𝗪𝗏.
Well, that is a fight for another day, because right now we got 𝗪𝗏 on the other side of that ring, and this is going to be one hell of a match. We've seen both of these ladies in combat, and they do not let up, but right now you can feel it in the crowd.
And introducing her opponent.
The energy of the crowd here is well behind 𝗧𝗏.
The hometown hero has this crowd on her side, but I can tell you this, as big of a challenge as Jamal and Lazarus were, do not underestimate this woman right here.
Portland, Oregon, weighing in at a 100 uncrustables. She is the Tower of Power.
I say this with no hyperbole. In just the 2 years that she's been competing, we are watching a best in the world talent forming in the form of 𝗪𝗏.
This is going to be one hell of a collision when this match does get underway. As you were saying, we have incredible momentum behind both 𝗪𝗏 and 𝗧𝗏.
We haven't seen 𝗪𝗏 in action here at PrideStyle since March, but what a departure she's been up to in that time since. Touring Japan, training in Japan, coming back with a whole new level of confidence in her in-ring ability. As we get underway, #1 contendership match for the New Wave Championship. 𝗧𝗏 versus 𝗪𝗏.
Yeah, 𝗪𝗏 traveling the world certainly has seasoned this young wrestler. And that's exactly what it's going to take to write your own story, to get the adulations that you do deserve.
And you want to talk where 𝗧𝗏 has been. Teaming with 𝗔𝗏𝗏, being under his tutelage, and she has certainly inherited Sharp's intensity as shown here. Collar and elbow takeover, bringing 𝗪𝗏 out of the corner.
It has been one hell of a treat to see the development of 𝗧𝗏, and the crowd does agree. We got 2 superstars in our midst.
And the strength of 𝗪𝗏 on display, but 𝗧𝗏 is ready for it. Taking 𝗪𝗏 down to the mat.
Yeah, 𝗧𝗏 able to use 𝗪𝗏's own kinetic energy, able to get up on top just for a moment. Now 𝗪𝗏 applying those legs, taking the air, taking the very wind out of 𝗧𝗏's sails there.
And training overseas, that ground game has only been improved. Headlock applied, transitioning into the head scissors.
Turnabout is fair play betwixt 𝗧𝗏 and 𝗪𝗏.
Picking the lock here, looking for an escape.
Yeah, wow.
Bridges up, monkey flip position, transitions into a cover by 𝗪𝗏, only a 2. And look at the grind, that intensity out of 𝗧𝗏. But 𝗧𝗏 is not going to let it happen. Off the ropes goes 𝗪𝗏, but just dropped by the Tower of Power. 𝗧𝗏 building the agility up to her feet. Arm drag taking over 𝗪𝗏.
𝗧𝗏 with a little bit of fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. Able to pretty much read every attack that 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 was able to execute over the last few moments.
But 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 returns in kind. Taken down by 𝗬𝗧 into a cover, but 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 able to kick out.
Whoa! Oh!
Tit for tat, move for move. Both these competitors have each other's number.
Yeah.
𝗬𝗧 back up to her feet with an arm drag for 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓. And it is anybody's game, Dino.
Yeah, you could tell in the very early goings of this matchup, they are, it is, as you said, tit for tat.
Trying to hoist up 𝗬𝗧. 𝗬𝗧 standing her ground, escapes into a cover. But 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓's not going down that easily. After working over the past 8 months to get back to this point.
Look at that. Oh!
Some serious strength on display. Sidewalk slam, but it'll not be the 3.
I feel like a maneuver like that, 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 might have risked a little bit of stamina with the stall. If you have 𝗬𝗧 up in that position, you just got to slam him down. Don't waste any more energy.
But I can tell you this, that cardio has only been improved over the past few months. And those chops are only hitting harder.
I'm afraid to make any comment because I don't want to miss.
Whoo! Shots fired over the scanner.
Just sounded like a shotgun, or like that trick in Terminator 2 where it's a cannon and a rifle and a pachyderm. Oh, swing and a miss.
𝗬𝗧 laying on some chops of her own. That boot from 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 sends 𝗬𝗧 crumbling to the mat.
Great wherewithal from 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 there.
Off into the rope, scooped up once again.
This is a familiar position. Oh, turning it into a backbreaker.
And an even worse ending.
Yes.
Won't be enough. This is a secure shot at the New Wave Championship? No.
Too much heart in the chest of 𝗬𝗧 there. We are not finished, and I think we are. I don't think we're about halfway through this matchup. The resilience of both of these women.
But it could be the beginning of the end. 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 eyeing up 𝗬𝗧 into the corner, stinger splash. And keeping that momentum up, driving that hip into 𝗬𝗧.
Oh, wow.
Clear of a deck. Cannonball by 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓.
That cannonball was clean as a whistle into a cover. Not quite, but you could see the turnbuckle out of sorts in the corner there.
Nearly bent it in half.
This is the damage that cannonball has wreaked upon the face and chest of 𝗬𝗧.
But now with 𝗬𝗧 in her clutches, busting crab applied.
More torture to the torso of 𝗬𝗧 here. Oh, disgusting!
In the angle at which that back is bent, I would not be surprised if this spells the end for 𝗬𝗧.
Oh, when 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 went to Japan, she must have took a class in origami, absolutely folding 𝗬𝗧 in half.
But 𝗬𝗧 making the crawl. Can she make it to the ropes?
𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓's gonna turn her into a swan.
But it will not happen. 𝗬𝗧 is able to get to the ropes. Dragging a woman the size of 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓 behind her, that is seriously impressive.
I meant great.
Starting to mount a comeback, small package by 𝗬𝗧 to win the match. No! But it's the opening 𝗬𝗧 has been looking for. Met with the forearm by 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓. Off the ropes, but 𝗬𝗧 is ready. Head scissors to 𝗕𝗃𝗬𝗓.
Incredible. 𝗬𝗧 has that ring awareness, those smarts inside of those ropes. So even in the middle of a barrage of attacks, able to reverse it on you, like just with great speed, with great flow.
Case in point with that knee to the head. Now from the second rope, nails the crossbody to pick up the win to earn her shot at the New Wave Championship. Not even a 2.
1.
Back elbow dropping 𝗓𝗧𝗏. Staying on top with the Tower of Power. Down across the knee. Goes for the boot, but 𝗓𝗧𝗏 is ready. Eats it on the way back. Now in the clutches of 𝗧𝗏. Blade on her neck. Nasty angle of impact, but only a 2.
Goodness, where do they find it? Where do they find the strength, the aforementioned resilience to continue? This has been a brutal display.
And now trying to wear down the Tower of Power with the crossface. 𝗓𝗓𝗏 into the cover, and that will loosen the grip. And let 𝗓𝗓𝗏 keep on fighting. Up onto the shoulders goes 𝗧𝗏. But 𝗧𝗏 fighting with everything she's got to work her way back up to the New Wave Championship, but just dropped with that clothesline from 𝗓𝗓𝗏.
Maintaining control as well, hoisting 𝗧𝗏 on her shoulders. 𝗓𝗏𝗏, you sick bastard. Wow.
But 𝗧𝗏 will not stay down.
We heard of both these chants. I think we're on the precipice of a fight forever. And I am beside myself, and both of my personas are going for either one of these incredible athletes. This is an amazing display.
But 𝗓𝗓𝗏 is ready, sending 𝗧𝗏 into the corner. Down goes 𝗓𝗓𝗏. Rolls into the jackknife. No! 𝗓𝗓𝗏 saw it coming. Back up to her feet, trying to hoist up 𝗧𝗏, but 𝗧𝗏 is ready. Back body drop, but counters with a cover by 𝗓𝗓𝗏. 𝗧𝗏 able to kick out.
Into the ropes. 𝗓𝗓𝗏 unable to get a hold of that top rope and suffers the...
Quick roll up by 𝗧𝗏, but it will not be enough to secure the win.
As you heard, that near pinfall took the breath out of my lungs. Now it's just back to brutal basics, just a pummeling back and forth.
And I am surprised at 𝗧𝗏's ability to trade shots with a competitor like 𝗓𝗓𝗏. And with that 𝗂𝗔 Kong approved overkick.
Wow! Just the physical command. And returning the favor.
And both these women are down. What a war we're seeing, Dino.
Impossible. Impossible scenes here in downtown Las Vegas. And you are damn right. The gloves are off, figuratively and literally.
And 𝗧𝗏 is ready to finish this after everything she's done to work back to this point.
It's 𝗓𝗓𝗏 with a handful. Oh.
Eating the forearms from 𝗧𝗏 off the ropes, met by the Tower of Power, caught in the clutches.
That Tower of Power, the letters of power are in all caps, but look out! Ooh. I have a feeling it could happen as fast as that, but 𝗓𝗓𝗏 able to kick out at that too. And now,
back into that mangled turnbuckle.
hanging 𝗧𝗏 in that tree of woe. But great signs of life. 𝗧𝗏 trying to get out of this predicament. Hopefully able to do it in time, because I feel that 𝗓𝗓𝗏 has some cruel designs in mind.
Spider suplex by 𝗧𝗏.
Beautiful, beautiful. A round of applause has erupted here at Swan Dive.
And most of all, in perfect position for that signature. Bubble salt by 𝗧𝗏 for the win. Yes, indeed.
That's it.
She's just a girl. She's
And she is your #1 contender to the PrideStyle New Wave Championship.
Only about 24 minutes ago, 𝗧𝗏 met with Black Swan, declaring that the Heavyweight Championship is in sights, and the target is locked. And we saw those words come to fruition in this absolutely incredible barn-burning match between Amiira and Tenaya.
Amiira is one of the fastest rising talents of the world today. But do not deny the heart. Do not deny the bravery. Do not deny the resilience of Tenaya.